morning. It is Easter Sunday, so happy Easter to everyone. We have church today, this morning, and then we have dinner at both of my grandparents' house later today. So it is a busy, busy day. We also had a Good Friday dinner and we had an Easter dinner yesterday with my husband's family. So it is a busy weekend. I just wanted to kind of start this reading vlog because I'm going to do a reading vlog throughout the week, and I'm currently reading My Friends by Fredrik Backman. So I was sent the advanced reader copy from Atria Books or Simon Schuster. I think they're owned by the same people. And I am 285 pages in. So we are making our way through this book. It is going really well. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I can't wait to tell you guys more and share more about this book. Yeah, so let's get this reading vlog started. Here is My Friends by Fredrik Backman. And like I said, I'm 285 pages in, and there's only 435. So we have like just 100 and something pages left. That is not that much, especially since I'm already 280 pages in. Tomorrow is Monday morning, and I have to record my podcast episode in the morning. And then I'm actually working at the bookstore on Monday, like all throughout the day. So that should give me some good time to sit down and read. I'm hoping to have this book finished by tomorrow. So from now on, I want to finish this book on the vlog. So here we go. Okay, guys, it is now 1:22. We have about an hour and a half before we need to leave here for dinner. So I was thinking I could take advantage of this hour and a half and possibly get a really good chunk of My Friends read and finished. Hopefully. I don't know how long this last 150 pages is going to take me. I don't think that I could read the whole thing before we leave, but I do think I could get a lot of it read. So let's sit down and read My Friends. Quick update. I just got through quite a bit of this book. So I went from page 285 to 372, almost 100 pages read in that hour-ish, hour and a half-ish that I had to read. My timer is about to go off for the food that's in the oven, and then we have to immediately go to my grandparents' house for Easter dinner. So unfortunately, I won't have any other time to read the rest of the night. So I'm on page 372 out of 434. We are getting really, really close to the end here. I am loving this book so far. I'm loving every bit of it. Chapter 40 was just like the most heartwarming. I've loved this book so much so far. I'm very, very invested. I cannot wait to get to finish this book and read the last however many pages. I might finish it tonight when we get home, depending on how late it is. But if it's super late, I have to be up fairly early in the morning, and I will be out all day tomorrow, like I said, working at the bookstore. So if I don't finish it tonight, you guys will definitely see me finish it tomorrow. So that is my update for now on My Friends. I'm so excited. I just need to finish it. Like it's absolutely killing me. Hi guys, it is now, let's see, it is 10:37, so it is still Easter Sunday, but it's the end of the day, so it has been a very, very long day, and I do have to get up tomorrow to go to work and record the podcast and all of that, but I am dying to finish this book. I've been thinking about it all day. I could not wait to get back to it. So I think I'm gonna try to finish this tonight before I go to bed. I don't think that it'll take that long. It's currently 10:38. As long as I go to bed before or around midnight, I think I'll be happy. So that is the current plan. I'm actually gonna go in the bathroom and do some skincare and take all my makeup off and all of that. And then I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna read for the rest of the night. And then I will update you guys again either later tonight or in the morning. It is now 8:20 in the morning on the 21st, so it's Monday. I did finish my friends last night, and I just wanted to give like a brief rating, I guess. I ended up rating this a 4.5. So I rated the Beartown series 5 stars, and I gave Anxious People like a 4.5. Just because I feel like Beartown is still my favorite of all of them. But I do feel like I think I enjoyed this one either equally or a little bit more than Anxious People. I did really, really love Anxious People a lot. But for me, these characters were a lot easier to love and to follow. So yeah, I did really, really like My Friends by Fredrik Backman. This book was excellent. I don't want to spoil anything at all. Just a very, very general synopsis is we are following our main character, Louisa, and she basically has been jumping from foster home to foster home. She's never really had a family, never really had a home, and all she's ever had for like comfort, I guess, is this postcard that has this picture, and it says that it's a picture, it's called A Painting of the Ocean, but she's like, it's not just the ocean, it's everything. Like this painting means everything. And so she wants to basically break into an art museum actually, it's not an art museum, it's an art auction. She wants to like break into an art auction to get to see this painting for the first time, and she starts to wonder what the artist could have meant behind painting this painting. And she thinks that there's so much that goes into the friendship that was portrayed in this painting that like nobody else sees. And it kind of just starts there, and it's a wild ride from there. That is literally just like the very beginning, so I don't want to jump into anything else because I want everything to just be able to be getting to read it for the first time. I don't want to spoil anything. But it was really, really great, and from the very start I was hooked. I loved it from the very beginning, like 20 pages in, and I knew that I was hooked into the story and that I was going to be finishing it fairly quickly. So I loved this book so much. I just kept going back and forth between like a 4.5 and just bumping it up to a 5. So I guess stay tuned to see if I stick to a 4.5. It really was so good. Sorry guys, I'm so tired. Now I need to go record my podcast episode. I'm gonna hope to finish at least one book today while I'm at the bookstore. So, yeah. Hi guys, I am now now at the bookstore. We've been open for about an hour. Nothing super crazy going on here. I am about to start reading Watch Me. I'm very, very excited to start this book. This is one of my really big anticipated reads for this year. So we are just hanging out here, having a good time. I'm about to scan a bunch of books in and go put books out. So I do have the audiobook for Watch Me. Thanks to Spotify, Premium allows you to listen to one audiobook every month. I mean, it's basically a 15 listening hours for an audiobook every month. So I'm going to use my Spotify listening hours to listen to Watch Me. So that is the plan. I just finished uploading the podcast episode that we just filmed. So our podcast Booked is now, I mean, it's been out, but episode 7 just came out today. So that is super fun. So if you haven't already checked out my podcast, it is called Booked, the Booked Podcast. It's on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yeah, go give it a listen and let's scan in some books. Hi guys, let's grab a drink and let's talk about some books. So it's 6:38. I just got home from the bookstore. I'm about to have some dinner, but I wanted to do an update on the book because, like I said, I am using Spotify to listen to the audiobook, and I listened to a lot while I was at work. 76% to be exact, which is exactly what I was hoping for. I think I said yesterday that I really hoped that I could finish a whole book while I was at work, and I got pretty close. I'm on chapter 30, which I'm trying to get there in the book. Yeah. So I read that much today while I was at work, and this is all that I have left. This book is so gorgeous. I cannot get over how amazingly beautiful it is. I forgot to take a bookmark to work, but yeah, I also, because I put in my email address for the pre-order incentive. I pre-ordered this like a long time ago, and I used my receipt. They were doing a pre-order incentive. Anybody who pre-ordered the book got like these page overlays. So I don't know, the author ended up posting it on her story not that long ago, like I want to say just maybe a month before the book came out, and said to put in your pre-order receipts to get the page overlays. And it just came with 2, but they're so pretty. So that is one of them. This is the other one. This book, let's talk about it for a minute, because I have said before, and I will say it again, I am a huge Shatter Me fan. I always have been from the very beginning. Shatter Me was one of the series that got me into reading. It was, I have such a soft spot for Shatter Me. I read it when I was really young. I was probably 17, I would guess. And it was like the perfect time, because I'm pretty sure Juliet's like 16. And it was just like that perfect book at the perfect time. It was a series that I absolutely binged. I read the entire thing so quickly. And now I've reread it multiple times, more for like nostalgia than anything. But I do still love it, especially like the first 3 books I really love. So when I heard that this book was coming out, of course I had to have it. And not only did I have to have it, but I am like I've been very excited about this book specifically. I won't say anything about it because I don't want any spoilers or anything, but all I will say is this takes place like 10 years after the events of the Shatter Me series, and we are following, it's actually not 10 years. No, wait, maybe it is. Well, now I can't remember how long ago it actually was. But I want to say about 10 years, because I believe that this character that it's following was about 9 in the original, 9 or 10. So maybe it's been more than 10 years, because now he's 21 in this book, and he's now our main character. He is closely tied in with the original main characters from the first, like from the original series. So we do get to see what has happened with our original main characters. Juliet is the main female character in that book series. If you have not read Shatter Me, please go read it. I will not say anything else, not even who the other main characters are, because I don't want to give anything away, not even a little bit. So if you haven't read it, know that it's very, very YA, but it is definitely worth giving a try. It is really, really good. It is a young adult dystopian series about a girl who has been locked in a cell for 264 days, and basically her touch is lethal. So anyone who touches her is in immediate pain, and if they touch her long enough, they end up dying. If it's a really quick touch, it's usually just like you're severely injured, but if she holds on long enough, I guess, then it will end up killing them. So she's been imprisoned for 264 days. I only know that number because that is literally the first line in the book, I've been in prison for 264 days. Basically, the opening of the book is her in prison getting a cellmate, and the resistance wants to use her for their capitalist schemes. And she doesn't want to be used for that reason. That's all that I'm gonna say, because it is 6 books, and I think there's 6 novellas binded up into 3 individual novellas. So when you purchase the series, there's 6 full books and then 3 mini novellas. Each of those mini books have 2 short novellas in them, and then each novella is read after each book. And all of the novellas are like a point of view from somebody that you didn't hear from in the actual book. So they always need to be read in a very certain order, and they need to be read after each individual book. Okay, now I'm gonna go finish reading. Hi guys. So it is now the next morning. It is Tuesday morning, and couple little things. Watch Me. I did finish Watch Me last night. So this book was one of my most anticipated releases. I say one because there are so many. I was very, very excited to read this and have it in my hands. I did officially finish it, and I am sticking with a 4-star rating. She did a great job. She made me care about these characters more than I thought that she would. She incorporated the original main characters very well into the story. They were definitely a pretty large part of the story, which was really, really fun. But they weren't the main characters in this one. Okay, now I am about to head to Target because for many of you, hearing the date Tuesday, April 22nd triggers some things in your head, and that is because today is Emily Henry release day for Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm hoping to be able to get a copy of the Target exclusive if they still have them. It says that my store still has them in stock, and it's only $8.50. They opened 50 minutes ago. I doubt that people were like rushing to the store and that I'm not going to be able to get a copy. I think that they probably haven't even put them out yet because my Target is so slow. Every time I go on a book's release day to get a book, I have to ask a worker to go get it from the back. So we're going to see what's going to happen, but let's go get this book. Okay, so first things first, when I was in there, they still did not have the music on yet. Like, it was just this like static noise that was just going on for like the whole time I was in there. Second of all, I did get the Target exclusive. I don't know what's exclusive about it yet. So, Yeah, I'm not quite sure what part is exclusive, but it is really, really cute. And I'm very, very excited to start reading it. Oh, this is so cute. Welcome to the Great Big Beautiful Life. Yeah, really cute. And this is a removable sticker just in case anybody wanted the Target edition but didn't want the sticker. And then I ended up getting Phantasma while I was in there, only because I have heard really good things about this and that it's like very similar to, it's like an adult version of the Caraval book series. So I am really excited to read that. My hair is crazy because it's so windy outside. Hi guys. So let me just give you guys a little update on what I did today and all the fun things. So it is Tuesday still. I mean, the day has not changed. It is currently 7:30. Let me just tell you how we started today. So I went to Target to pick up Great Big Beautiful Life, knowing that I was going to get the Target exclusive edition. I had only ever seen pictures online. When I got to Target, I noticed that the exclusive edition is like kind of like this dull, shimmery cover, right? So it's not like as bright and pretty as the original edition. So I went to the back of Target to the book section and browsed the books, of course, as we do, and realized that I really did not love this copy of Great Big Beautiful Life, but I've waited and waited and waited for today to go pick this up. So I asked a worker if they had a copy of like the regular edition, not the exclusive. And first of all, she was not very nice when I asked her that. She was a little bit rude and sarcastic about like, because on the app it had said that it was out of stock. So it was kind of like a why are you even asking kind of thing. And that was just a little bit like off-putting and a little upsetting. Like, I was just double checking to see if they happened to maybe have any in the back. Like maybe it was saying out of stock because it was literally release day today. So I don't know, like maybe, I don't know. You guys can tell me if you think that's stupid, but I just felt like I'd rather ask a worker than find out literally in 2 days that they did have them in the back and that I didn't have to buy this copy. Anyways, I just ended up buying this copy anyways, because I really wanted a copy of this book today and I had other plans. And so I actually did not know that there were like 4 other exclusive editions. So there's a Barnes & Noble, a Books A Million, and a Walmart exclusive, as well as the Target edition. I also didn't know that each exclusive edition is different. So I really didn't, it didn't bother me that much, but I definitely kept thinking about it throughout the day that I was a little bit sad that my cover was not as like bright and fun as all the other covers. So as psycho as I am, I decided to place a hold on a Barnes & Noble exclusive copy at my local Barnes & Noble to pick up either tomorrow or the next day. I'm not really sure when I'll go pick it up, probably tomorrow. I am going to return this Target copy that I bought earlier today because I really did realize that I am pretty sad about it, which is just so silly, but Emily Henry is like one of my favorite authors and I have every single one of her books and I usually love every book that she has and I end up reading it and reading it for years to come. I've reread like 4 of her books so far, so I just feel like it's safe to say that I'm probably going to want to pull this copy out and read it for a long time. And I just want to be happy with the one that I got, and I feel like I really loved the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It has like more of a pink looking cover, and the underneath is pink, and the gingham is like this light blue inside. And I just really loved the Barnes & Noble and the Walmart editions. And I realized that I think if I didn't get it now while they still have them, that I would end up being really, really devastated down the road when they're not available anymore, that I didn't get the one that I actually wanted. So I placed a hold for, or like I already paid for it and everything. It's just I have to go pick it up later. I just didn't want to risk it being sold out in the next day or two, and then I would be really, really sad that I didn't just order a copy when I had the chance. So I did order, and see, it says that I have an order ready for pickup. So it is literally ready at any point, and I just can't get over how beautiful that edition is. So that's all that I'm going to say about this. So the rest of the day it was like just a normal day. I have not had any time to start reading A Great Big Beautiful Life just yet. I'm very, very excited to. I have the audiobook for it, which I'm so excited about because Julia Whalen is one of my favorite narrators. So anytime one of my most anticipated books comes out and she's the narrator, I am so fast to jump on getting the audiobook for it, just because I know that I'll enjoy it a million times more when I listen to, or when I have her read the book to me. So I have not had a chance to start the book yet. I ended up doing a Bible study with Morgan and Abby, and then the rest of the day my sister had to run some errands, so I decided to just go with her and run those errands, and I have been there all day. This is the usual. This is how our days go whenever we spend the day together. We just spend the whole day together. So now that brings us to the present, where I am currently catching up on Destiny Sidwell's latest video, which is her moving video, which is so fun and exciting. This is a update video that I have been waiting months for. Anybody who like regularly watches Destiny's videos would know that we've known stuff is going on for a long time, and I've just been waiting so patiently to hear like what all these really exciting things are, and what's going on. So I'm currently listening to that, and I am making these new glass cups for the bookstore that I work at to sell there. So here I have a big box, a very, very heavy box of all of the glasses. So that is going to be the project for tonight. I'm going to be making these cups, placing the decals on all the cups and putting them all together to sell. And then I'm going to be catching up on the rest of Destiny's vlog, and then I will be starting Great Big Beautiful Life tonight. Right now, I am just currently reading Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm 11 chapters in, and I will say that I am absolutely loving our main character. We're following 3 main characters, so we're following Alice, Hayden, and Margaret. Alice and Hayden are both journalists, and they are coming to this really small town to write a story on Margaret. Which Margaret is basically, she's kind of a hot commodity. She's never let anybody hear her story before. She's going by like this secret identity. Basically, they both get to her at the same time to write this story. This is very, very fun. It is a great twist on Emily Henry's classic writer romance. We have beach read, we have book lovers. We even have funny story. The main character works at a library. So a lot of them are book themed. I actually think, I haven't read People We Meet on Vacation in a really, really long time, but I think one of them was also a writer. So clearly her MO is that she loves to write about writers and readers, which clearly appeals to the people because we love it. We eat it up. And this, I feel like that is the part of this that does follow suit, and it is the same as her typical story. I have learned about myself in the last year that every time I read an Emily Henry book for the first time, I always say that I don't really love it. Like I didn't really love that one. And then every single time, this happens every time, I go back and I reread that book, whatever one it is. You can name any of them, and it's probably happened except for People We Meet on Vacation. And Book Lovers. Those are the only two that I haven't gone back and reread. So it has literally happened with Happy Place, Beach Read, and Funny Story, that I've gone back and I've reread them like a year-ish later, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. And every time I reread, I love it. I'm talking like 5-star, one of my favorite books. I don't know why this happens. And I have now learned this about myself, and that might be why this one's different. But I also think that this one just is actually a little bit different. It's different than her other like typical book or typical story, typical characters. It's all just a little bit different. And I'm loving it. Like so far, 11 chapters in, I'm telling you, if it keeps going at the rate that it's going, this will be a 5-star book. I'm going to keep reading, but it is 10 o'clock and I have to be up relatively early tomorrow. So I don't plan to stay up super late, but I do plan to stay up and read just a little while longer, because I'm really, really enjoying this book and I don't want to put it down. I definitely think that there's a good chance that I could possibly finish this book by tomorrow. So yeah, that is the current update on Great Big Beautiful Life and how my night went. I will see you guys tomorrow. I wanted to hop on here and fill you in a little bit more about yesterday and then update you on now. I ended up going to Target today and returning that copy of Great Big Beautiful Life, and then going to Barnes & Noble and getting the exclusive edition from there because I just like that one much, much better. When I updated you guys, I think it was like 10 o'clock, and I was like, I'm not planning to stay up very long, so I'm just gonna read till I go to bed. Well, I lied because I could not sleep. And so I ended up staying up until like, it was definitely after midnight, but I don't think it was 1 o'clock yet. So probably like 12:30, 12:45-ish. Basically, I listened to almost the whole rest of that book. There was about 50 minutes left in my audiobook. With that being said, like I said, I read a ton of Great Big Beautiful Life. And hold on. It didn't feel right talking about it and reviewing it without the book. Look at how gorgeous she is. Absolutely gorgeous. I cannot get over this edition. I am obsessed. I'm very, very happy with this one. I love it so, so much. I just think she's gorgeous. So let's talk about her because I did finish it, and I'm not going to go into any details or even any synopsis. I'm just going to talk about like my thoughts and feelings on this book. I absolutely adored these characters. I mean, we were following Alice and Hayden, and I don't know why I keep forgetting that because that's my brother's girlfriend's name, but to me it's not a boy name, and so the fact that the main male character is named Hayden throws me off. We were following Alice and Hayden, and this was a unique story. It was another twist on like the author type or like the writer type story, but it was a little bit different, and it almost gave like the feelings of like the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, how that one is like a famous celebrity late in life basically sharing her story for a journalist to write a book about it. That is the premise, but she's sharing the story with two journalists separately, and she's going to decide in the end which one actually gets to write the story. So both of them have, what are they called? The agreements where you can't say anything. They both have signed those, and they have said that like they cannot share any of her story that she tells them outside of just between her and the journalist. It's kind of a little bit of like a competition. It's like a competition between the two. They know each other. They know that they're both writing about this same woman. It was a little bit different than her other books, but not like glaringly different where you're like, okay, this is like it was written by a whole nother person. Like it's still so Emily Henry coded. Like it's just so good. If you have read her other books and you liked her other books, I would really be surprised if you did not love this one just as much as you loved the other ones. Like I really do feel like it was like right back into her writing and her characters. I just loved it. I loved it so much that, again, I gave it a 5-star. It honestly might be my new favorite Emily Henry. And so moving on from Great Big Beautiful Life, because it was a 5-star and it was so unbelievably good, I felt like what better way to celebrate finishing a new Emily Henry book by rereading an old Emily Henry book. So I jumped into People We Meet on Vacation. I have only read People We Meet on Vacation one time, and it was years ago. I can actually see exactly when, in December of 2022. It is now 2025, so it's been just under 3 years. And this was not my first Emily Henry book. My first Emily Henry was Beach Read. I ended up giving this book a 3.5 star. And now looking back, I'm like, I know that I would like this book a lot more than I did back in 2022. So I am 56% through the audiobook because I was babysitting today and I had time to listen. I'm definitely going to keep reading and I will keep you guys updated. I will say, just to let you guys know for already, I mean, I am 56% through this book, which it really is just like flying by. I mean, it's really going so quickly, but I'm really, really enjoying it so far. I feel like I didn't expect to love it as much as I am. Like I did think that I would like it better than I did the first time I read it, but I didn't quite think that I would love it this much. So I feel like after reading this, I might take a little break from Emily Henry world and read a couple other things. But I'm definitely putting Book Lovers on my radar for a reread because that's the only one left that I haven't reread since the first time I read it. Yeah, so we're currently reading People We Meet on Vacation on my Kindle and listening to the audiobook. Yeah, that's the update for now. Hi guys. Okay, so let me just update you on the last hour. So I just got out of the shower, if you can't tell. I am 90% through People We Met on Vacation, so I'm 100% finishing this literally in the next, I would probably guess like 20 minutes. Obviously, I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. I am just getting to like a sad part though. That's kind of like, I don't want to give anything away just in case anybody hasn't read it. So I won't really say anything, but I mean, you can imagine 20% or 10% from the end of a romance book. I feel like something always has to go wrong, whether it's a third act breakup or just like a how is this going to work out between us. I feel like there's always something at that last like 10% that is the how are they going to make it to the happily ever after type thing. And of course, we're at that part. So I'm just going to keep reading for the rest of the evening. I'm going to update you guys on my final thoughts as soon as I finish this. Okay, guys, it's officially time. We just finished People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. And this is, I'm going to give my thoughts on this book, and then this is where we're going to end this vlog. This is the 4th book that I have finished in this vlog, and I feel very accomplished. This week was a great reading week. I mean, this vlog literally started on Sunday and it's Wednesday, and I've already read 4 books, and I feel like I have so much vlog content that I have to like cut down a lot because this vlog would be way too long if I didn't cut down. So that's a really great thing. That's always really great. People We Meet on Vacation. This was my reread. Definitely enjoyed this one a lot better than I did the first time I read it. So I went back onto Goodreads and let's see what my review said from the last time that I read it. So I wrote in 2022, this book was more like a 3.5 for me. The story was very cute, but the main characters were just a little too wishy-washy for my liking. It's one thing for them to get together and break up once, but over and over, I'm sorry, but it's a little much for me. Overall, still enjoyed it, but I was waiting for it to end a little bit. That's a little bit of a harsh review, and I actually do remember feeling, like I remember feeling that way the first time I read it, but I feel like now I don't understand why I felt that way, if that makes sense. So like, I get it, but at the same time I'm like, but Sarah, why? So I just said update. It's now 2025, and I read this book because I loved every other Emily Henry, and I just don't think I gave it a fair chance 3 years ago. So I was right. This was 1,000 times better the second time through. I love Emily Henry so very much. And that is like the perfect, quick, short, sweet, and to the point response is I really just don't think I gave this book a fair chance the first time that I read it. I feel like I definitely judged it really harshly based on how much I loved Beach Read, and I feel like it was really great. I loved these characters a lot. I really did love Alex. I don't know why I was drawing a blank. 2 Emily Henry books in a row got me mixing up characters. But I really loved Alex. I thought he was a great male main character. This was a very like piney romance. So you could tell that it was like a, this is a like best friends to lovers, kind of second chance romance, I guess. They were never truly a thing, but it's like they haven't talked to each other in years. So it's like second chance is like the kind of getting back together to see if they can still be friends and stuff after years of not talking to each other. Like I said, I really enjoyed this book. I ended up giving it a 4-star because I do feel like I liked A Great Big Beautiful Life a little bit better, and I still think I like Funny Story better than People We Meet on Vacation, but I will say this one probably just got bumped up, maybe even ranked higher than Beach Read. I'm not positive about that though. I have read Beach Read multiple times, I will say, and I do still love them. Like they're all 4-star and above. I just feel like I maybe held it at too high of a pedestal when I first read it, and now rereading all the other ones with like a different lens on them, I feel like they all are so special and wonderful, and they all have really great attributes to each of them. But I can't stop thinking about this one. So this is definitely a 5-star and definitely my favorite Emily Henry book to date. I love this one. I'm already missing it. I miss the characters. I'm like, I just want to put this book up somewhere and just like stare at it because it's beautiful and I loved it so much. I really, really thought that this was a great one, and I feel like anybody who has read one Emily Henry book before and didn't really love it, I feel like this would possibly be the one to give her a chance again. Like, if you're gonna pick up another Emily Henry to try to give her a second chance, let it be this one, because I feel like this one was really great. I have not heard any other reviews of this book yet, so you are hearing my unfiltered, like, my review before being like swayed by outside opinions. Not that I am easily swayed by outside opinions, but I do feel like that does change things sometimes. Like, some people review things higher or lower based on what everybody else is saying, and I have not heard a single review. I mean, this book did just come out yesterday, but still, I've not seen one single review. So my 5-star review is genuinely just my review. Like, these are just my thoughts, and I really, really, truly loved it. I thought it was really great. I hope that every single one of you who picks this up loves it just as much as I did. The other 2 books were also hits. I finished My Friends by Fredrik Backman in this video. That was I ended up giving it a 4.75. And again, I always hate when I do like the 0.25, 0.75, because I just feel like it's like, come on, Sarah, you really going to be that nitpicky? And the truth of the matter is, yes, I am going to be that nitpicky. I'm sorry, but I am, because it's not quite Beartown level, but it's literally this close. Like, I feel like I still loved the Beartown trilogy a little tiny bit more, but by like 0.25. I really did love My Friends very, very much. And I have not stopped thinking about our characters from My Friends either. Louisa and Tom were just like 2 main characters that I feel like I'll think about for a while afterwards. I loved their journey together, like quite literally their journey. I just loved everything about it. I definitely think that I loved My Friends more than Anxious People, but I have not yet read A Man Called Ove or Uwe. I don't know how you actually say, maybe even Uva. I will listen to the audiobook on that one, because I'm actually really, really curious as to how you actually pronounce the title of that book. But I've not read that one yet, and I've heard that that one has like really, really, really great reviews, just like Beartown. So I think I'll have to read that one soon and do a reading vlog on that book, maybe, for all my Fredrik Backman fans out there. And then Watch Me was the other book that I read in this vlog, and I did give Watch Me a solid 4-star, and I'm sticking to a solid 4-star. I feel like it perfectly fit a 4-star rating. It was really everything that I hoped for and more. I did not love it more than the Shatter Me series, but I never expected to love it more than the Shatter Me series. But I loved it very, very much like a continuation of the Shatter Me series. And I can't wait to see where this book continues to go, and where this, because I believe this is going to be series. I mean, it left off on a cliffhanger. So I cannot wait to get the second book and to see where this goes from here. This was a very, very successful reading vlog. So thank you guys so much for joining me and for watching this. I hope that everything in this was everything that you expected and hoped for. So I will see you guys next time, and yeah, bye.